What's good, YouTube? What's good to the chat? What's good to the world? It is Samurai Kennels Wednesday Night Live titled, So You Want to Be a YouTube Dogman. As we wait for those of y'all who are going to come through tonight to come through, obviously y'all know that I typically like to start the show off with an intro, and a word for our sponsors. Check this out.
This for you. Too many mind.
Too many mind?
Mind the school. Mind the people.
Let him go, Andre.
Mind the enemy. Too many mind.
Yo, 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 what's good, big dog? Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that's gonna come through later on tonight. Salute to everybody who's watching this on the replay. Let me give a shout out to brother Vinny. He said, Dickie, Mad Doctor. Salute Samurai Kennels. Salute to you right back, my brother. Show love. What's good, chat? What's good with you too, big dog? Brother Jacob Bonner said, yeah, watch where you step, bud, because I seems like there's rats everywhere you turn. Salute to Brother Jake, and I see you coming through with that energy tonight. Hunt Down Kennels, Game Bred American Pitbull Terrier. Salute Samurai Kennel. Salute to you as well, brother. Salute to you as well. All right, who else we got here? Brother Supreme in the building. What's good, big dog? Yes, sir. Carolina Blues, salute. He said, is Dre okay? Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm here. And here to just discuss some this YouTube thing is not dogman as it would be, and that's what I'm gonna discuss tonight. I just got a couple of topics that I kind of like scatterbrain jotted down on my phone, and I'm gonna just go through those topics, answer questions, chop it up with y'all, talk some dog, and get up out of here for the night. But yeah, man, Carolina Blue, Dre is okay. Hunt Down Kennels, what's good, my brothers? Yeah, all right. So what's good, Supreme? Yes, sir. Hey, Supreme said his ass playing Call of Duty. Yeah, man, I'm trying to unlock a new gun on there, man. He said, he said he's current out front of the world. The link. Scratch. Mrs. McFarland said, Ayo, salute. Dickie said, pit 'em. Wordless. All right. Salute. Wifey in the building. Yes, sir. He said, Samurai, let's talk about Magic in the building. What's up, Magic? All right, so let me get into it because won't address me, but you'll talk about me. Let's go, bro. All right, so I don't know why y'all didn't do this yesterday, man. I really wanted to go to Buck's channel because he has a better forum for like the going at each other and stuff, man. Let me see. What? Me and you right now. Okay. Hold on, Big A. Let me see what he's talking about.
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. If you will, Big A, go ahead and hold it down for me real quick while I drop this link real quick.
Yes, sir. What it do, man? It's your boy Big A. Back in here like I left my wallet and keys. You know what it is, man. Another Wednesday, man. We in here, man. What we talking about tonight, Dre? Oh, okay, we got technical difficulties. Let me see who in the building. Man, yes, sir. I know he already did the call out, you know. Hey, Jacob, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? Training Tuesdays. You know what it is, man. Yes, sir, man. Yo, Vinny, what it do? Yes, yes, the legendary Dickie Foster in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know you got the gas to go, but do you got the heart to finish, man? You know what I'm saying? What's happening, Kenneth? What's going down? Show enough in the building. You
Yes,
know what
sir.
I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. So I dropped the link,
Yeah.
man, and here he is. What's up, brother Jake? Hold on.
Sensei, I got a question for you, bud.
All right, go ahead.
What the hell are we doing here when Ween Moon and GHK are literally asking for my address and fucking saying shit about where I live on a live, and you're not backing the number one motherfucker that be riding for you every single motherfucking day, Sensei? Why not?
All right, brother Jake.
Sure.
All right, brother Jake. Let me explain something to you. Or you know what? Let me give you the answer to that. I asked y'all not to get involved with any of these other channels.
You are involved with them. It's over.
Okay, okay, brother Jake. That's cool. That's cool. Um, and that's what I wanted to talk about tonight was that kind of stuff right there. Okay. If I tell y'all that I want to be involved with no beef, no drama, and you go and start a beef or a drama, then this is what happens. And this is the YouTube dogman type of time right now. Also, welcome, Brother Supreme Excellence, to the building.
Salute.
Hey, so I'm just catching up to speed to see what's going on. But this is I can tell you one thing, man. This is the main reason why you never hear me get involved with none of that, man. Because this is social media. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, we all got real life situations. It don't matter who you are, you really got real life situations going on in your personal life, man. Like I'm not getting involved in none of the bullshit, none of the BS. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth with anybody. You know, we can have disagreements and all of that, man. But most of these people that's on this, that's on here, that's going back and forth, man, it holds no weight. You know what I'm saying? It's words going back and forth, man. That stuff ain't got like I ain't get on social media to be beefing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not beating on my chest every day trying to. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not doing that.
Let me talk about this Big A because it was brought to my channel. Y'all know I don't really try to do drama on my channel specifically. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but I am gonna speak on it because it's mainstream. So I'm gonna put me on here. Supreme and Big Hill, welcome. I'm gonna get back to y'all real quick. But I am gonna address it. Number one, okay. This YouTube and the street, that's the whole name of this video is so you want to be a YouTube dog man. This YouTube stuff is not the streets. And it's not supposed to be carried out the way. And then I'll explain it to you. Man, I wish I had my topics. Long story short, okay. There are people that message me on my social media, this, that, there, woo, woo, hippity, blah, right? A lot of them troll, a lot of them say things that whatever, it doesn't matter because I don't feed into those kinds of dramas and beefs, all right? I've asked everybody associated with me to remain Switzerland. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't. The goal is not to be passive. The goal is to never initiate the drama. A warrior, a samurai, doesn't go looking for a fight to prove he's strong. The warrior, even with the game dog, you don't go looking to match every dog walking down the street. That's not how life works. You train so that you're prepared for any drama that comes your way. And then even then, I still try to avoid it. This is the law of just common discipline. Because what happens is There's always going to be somebody bigger, stronger, faster. Always. I don't care how much you train, it's always going to be that. Your goal as a man, as a dog man, as a neo dog man, as whatever you want to call yourself, is to never put your family or friends in jeopardy because you flew off on an emotional tangent. 3 seconds of emotion can lead to a lifetime of drama. And all of y'all who've done time understand exactly what I'm talking about. The goal is to avoid you ever getting into that drama. Also, as far as the riding thing, I don't want people, if I wanted people to ride for me like gangsters, I would hang out with gangsters. I'm looking for everyday people who just want to love their animals, love their dogs, take care of their yards, and show people a better way to do things. Brother Jake and I have spoken about this, and I told him, express yourself, but realize it's not going to change these people. You can get as angry as you want to, but nobody's going to change. Also, the respect factor has to be there. This live wire stuff is exactly what the rest of YouTube does. And Miss Patricia, I'm not going to disrespect you or your son. That's not the point. The purpose is I don't want, okay, for example, this chat is typically a safe space for whoever comes through. Neutral. However, if we become the aggressors, then this chat is no longer. I didn't even see the video. That's what I'm trying to talk about. I didn't even see the video. I heard about a video through proxy, and it would have been nice to get a heads up that that was coming. Well, all right, whatever. This is. It's not about, all right, whatever. Cool. I'm moving on with the show.
Hey,
What's up?
one thing, the internet never loses, okay? The internet will always win. When you have people on the internet, the social media, it's and when it go left, it's the internet's victory. I mean, you can't, it's social media, y'all. And then if you do get into like some type of altercation on here with a person and you're cool enough, individual, and you'll probably apologize to that person and you'll probably not do that shit no more. Like I'm starting to notice a lot of people that do get into it after they apologize to the person they got into it with, they cool. You know, it's really that simple. And man, brother Bonner, man, I sensed a lot of a lot of anger and animosity, and it might not have been addressed towards Brother Dre, but you got to remember, Brother Dre does not condone this type of activity. You see what I'm saying? The only time you'll see Brother Dre indulge in it is if somebody coming directly at him or the movement. Now, if somebody come for the movement, and you might see 3 or 4, 5, 6 motherfuckers coming at whoever came for that, but that's the movement. That's the we willing to fight for that. But the whole petty, and I don't want to disrespect you by calling it petty because you might have felt some type of way about it that the next man won't feel that type of way, brother. But bro, I'm not with the picking sides, but you were speaking to an older Marine, bro. You feel me? And that man deserves all the respect in the world. And you can have your opinion, but man, bro, and I just feel like you ain't have to talk to him like that. That's just my take on it.
Well stated, man. And Dickie, I don't have my normal phone on me right now, bro. I'm out in the doghouse chilling with y'all, man, and I need to go get it because he say he's puffing on that purple runs. Yeah, bro. Like I'm not about to sit here and ruin a whole show because somebody's upset with me because I don't do with my platform, but they have the freedom to do with their platform on YouTube. Everybody has the right to start their own platform. Everybody can do what I do. It's a matter of you want to use me as a catalyst to get your agenda pushed, and that's not cool, bro. That is not cool. Nowhere have I ever stopped anybody or look at any new channel that's come out and you see me posting their stuff to try to help them get on the algorithm. That's anybody. Anybody. As long as they ain't doing no craziness, that's anybody. And as far as the threats and stuff, man, like I'll tell y'all why I don't do the threats and go back and forth with people. Because that's not, you bring unwanted, you might be going at this person and somebody else might see that as an opportunity to come at you. Do not do that stuff on the internet. Like, I've seen real people get hurt. This whole bravado, there's a thin line between bravery and stupidity, and you have to know the difference. Brave people aren't brave because they go out and prove they're brave. They're brave because in the situations where it requires them to genuinely be brave, you're in Afghanistan getting shot at, and you got to bring people home. That's true bravery. Going out and creating situations where you have to respond is not bravery. That's macho.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And definitely poking a bear, man. You know, in any situation. In any situation, man. Like you say, it's always somebody who willing to answer that call, you know.
Yeah, man. But Big A, Big Hill, y'all go ahead and cook real quick. Let me run in here and get my phone with my notes on or whatever, so I can press with the actual show, what people came here for. Dickie, I'm gonna go get the phone too, so I can check for the cash app to make sure I bless somebody tonight. Y'all go to cook, brothers.
Big Hill, what's happening, bro?
Salute, Big A. What's up, bro? How you been?
Can't call it right, spoil it, man.
I know that's right.
Big Hen, what's that in your icon? That like one of them. I like that throwback. I like that throwback Hollands blood. Goddamn.
That's some termite and snooty inbred brother sister breeding I did.
Okay, that motherfucker got a nice frame.
Thanks, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. How you doing, Supreme?
Yeah, what's happening, Supreme?
Man, shit, long day at work, came home, was really tired out of that 10-hour shift. Shit, my dog gave me that look like, nigga, you better walk me. I went home, went home, shit, ate, I'm chilling now. Trying to make sure you know everybody copacetic, man.
Yes, sir. Overstand.
Hey, I'm gonna need to get one of them workout plans from you, man. I'm ready to go in monster mode. My old ass ready to go in monster mode one more time.
Yeah, man. You still got it in you, bro.
Hey, I might need to holler at you. About one of them little workout plans, man.
I got you, man. Live and direct. Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up.
Yes, sir, man. Man. What you been doing lately with them dogs, man?
Man. Are you talking here?
Who you talking to, A?
Both of y'all. Shoot, it don't matter.
Go ahead, Supreme. What you got cooking?
Shit, I'm bringing pay to JD Walker at the end of the year. And shit, I'm gonna try and keep as many of the motherfuckers as possible.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm finna start building this weapon pen in the basement. And give me some concrete poured in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
These kennels set up. Shit. Man, I'm trying to be at some of them shows with y'all collecting them ribbons, man. That's it.
Hey, y'all, I'm back, man. Let me jump back in there. Let me get to the description of the video.
Hey, we back, baby. We back.
Yeah, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. And also on the thumbnail of today's video, that's Big A's dog right there. That's Michonne. Salute to him for taking care of that dog and making him look good. Okay, all right, y'all. I got the real topics now. All right, cool. We can really cook. Okay. The first example I want to give y'all for tonight for the YouTube Dogman is condition versus performance. And I'm gonna give y'all real world examples. Supreme is here, Big Hill is here, Big A is here, and all of y'all in the chat that have been to dog shows or whatever, we're gonna talk about it real quick. Okay. So the example I want to give y'all is, like I said 2 weeks ago, Saki was fat as hell in American Pitbull Terrier standards, and we went to a show with dogs that looked way better conditioned than him. And I could see the judgment. I could see the judgment of the people that were there because they were like, you know, this brother don't know how to bring a dog in. And I don't disagree with them at all. Like, I came in there fat and overweight, not conditioned. But performance, because I watched the video, man, I want to say it's like Sporting Dog Archive or something like that, posted a video today, and it was about common pit bull, American Pit Bull Terrier myths and rumors. And one of the things that it covered was talking about, you know, keeping them in shape, misidentifying them and different things like that, bro. But I really liked how the performance, they were talking about performance, form should follow function with the American Pit Bull Terrier. And when I was able to perform, that made me feel really good because I think that's what the dog should be. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care if the dog coming looking like George Foreman after retirement. If it's doing what it's supposed to do, that's a bulldog, you know. And that's my story of making sure that we can still perform as opposed to just looking good on camera. I'm gonna let y'all brothers cook real quick.
Yeah, man. Definitely agree with that. You know, even with Michonne, man, like Michonne, she hate walking. Like she just hate walking. I could take her on a mile walk and she ready to go home. But if we go on a jog, she ready to go 5 miles plus. You know, it's just I don't know. She just when and if I talk to her, she willing to go a little more. So I don't know. It's just when duty calls, they show up.
Yeah, man. Wordless has a good question. He said, "Where's Lightner buried?" Wordless, I don't know. If anybody got an answer for him, man, that'd be something great to cash out somebody on if y'all know it. Let me see. Yeah, Dickie Foster came through the building and blessed us, man. Yes, sir.
Hey, there we go.
What was the question, Dre?
It said,
He said
where
performance
is
over. I'm gonna go ahead, Joe.
where is Lightner buried? That's a good ass question.
He out west. He was out west somewhere, right? He died out. I know he was on the East Coast first, and then he moved out west, right?
Yeah, we did a whole special on that, and he moved out of Colorado, but I don't know if he's buried.
Oh yeah,
Oh shit,
yeah.
Colorado Springs. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Old Lightner, old Lightner.
All right, I got a question for you then. What was the name of the female dog that Red Boy was scratched into?
I forgot that dog name. They said she was right though. They say what dude said? The dude said, "Lord, if she touch him, he gonna kill her." That's what
Yeah.
the dude said. Red boy got comment on her. Didn't he? Put her to sleep. Put her to sleep. I don't know her now. I don't remember her name though.
I want to say it was Dolly. A dog named Dolly. Yes, sir, Earl.
Red,
Hey, yes, sir.
Red boy put her to
So,
sleep.
so Dre, you saying a dog can be looking good and come in condition, but it could lack performance. But the dog can also not come in condition and have all the performance in the world.
Yeah. Or like there's some dogs, some genetics they just look toned. They just look fit. But performance is not based upon looks, it's based upon what it is, performance. Some of the
Right.
most conditioned dogs, I think what they did was when Schoolboy said you bring them in stale, even though we weren't matching dogs that day, we were just showing them confirmationally. Seeing the better looking conditioned dogs, some of them I think had passed their peak, and they did not perform well on that slab mill at all. And just correlating that to the box, I can understand now, like with the stuff I've learned off of this YouTube Dogman stuff, I can understand what they're talking about. Man, Crockett, salute. Milestone, salute. Paris Jackson, salute, man. Salute everybody in the building.
Cry kid.
Salute Crockett. Salute. Salute Dickie too. I just got in the build. Salute Dickie at Heart and Finish.
Like
Salute.
damn.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I got some relatable topics here I want to hit y'all with, man, and see what y'all think. So The first topic is, and this relates to YouTube, the YouTube bulldog, or those of y'all in the chat, those of y'all on the panel. It says how it starts when you think it's wide open. Quick 30-second thing, and I'm gonna shut up and let y'all cook. So basically, my experience on YouTube as a person who likes dogs on YouTube in general was it looks like it's wide open. It's like, man, this dude can do it, that dude can do it, everybody can do it. And so you get yourself started, and you get your first negative comment, and it'll make you want to punch somebody in the fucking face. You know, that's the truth. Because these people who you don't know, they don't realize all you're trying to do is educate them or share some information, and it turns into something completely different, man. And this in the earlier months. Like all of y'all who got channels, y'all know y'all have had somebody, a tree hugger or somebody, come on your platform with you doing something that we would consider an act of endearment or an act of kindness with the dog, and bastardize it. So I'm gonna leave that right there and let y'all cook on that.
Shit, well,
Yeah.
you got it. Hey, go ahead, take over. I'll come after you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Shit, look, man, I really haven't experienced too much in my chats of bullshit, but you know, I only got like 30 some fans. I mean, not fans, followers, and they got to be the realest motherfuckers because it's it's 130 of them jokers. So salute to them. You know, y'all must be crazy like me. So like, I don't even care how we roll. You know, we roll how we roll. Me and my followers, we roll how we roll. You know, cuss me out, whatever. I ain't tripping, but I do understand how it could get on somebody's nerves and it could be stressful and stuff like that if you take it serious, if you take it real serious, or if you feel like somebody crossing you in some type of way, or you know, it's kind of easy to forget that we on the internet. You know, it's kind of easy to get turned up and stuff like that. That's all I can say. It's easy to get turned up. It's harder to stay humble and focused and let them go ahead and shoot their shots or whatever. You know, I got to learn myself. You know what I mean? Salute to Drake for schooling me in on some things behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I'm learning. I'm new. And like I say, salute to my followers. You know, salute to my followers. I feel y'all. Salute.
Yeah, man. That's the main thing that a lot of people be getting on online and doing this internet and whatnot, man. They you gotta have thick skin. And then not only that, man, you gotta be careful how you talk and what you saying, man, because everything is it's not like them old 80s show, you know what I'm saying, where it play one time. No, it's worldwide and it plays for the world for over and over again. So, you gotta control your emotions. It's always gonna be somebody that's gonna shoot at you, you know, try to
Yes,
troll
sir.
you or something like that, man. But it's your reaction that play everything in the mix. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
you
Facts.
get
Yeah,
on you
Facts.
get on here acting a fool, man, acting a fool. Ain't nobody trying to hear what you got to say after the fact. They always
you right
remember that
about that.
fool. You know what
You
I'm
right.
saying? So,
Hell
like
yeah.
conducting yourself like a man, and especially in public, is a grown person, period, man or woman, man, especially on this internet, man, it mean a lot.
Critical. Critical.
Yes. So when people start shooting at you, because they gon' you know what I'm saying, they gon' have something to say, whether you right or wrong. People might
Right.
not even like it. They might not like your voice. You know what I'm
You
saying? I
right.
just don't.
Man,
I
hey,
just don't.
hey, big,
I just.
hey,
Huh?
big A. You
Yes,
remember?
sir.
You know how the Facebook dog groups used to be back in like 2016, 17.
Yeah.
So that's what. So I started. Now I never conditioned a dog
Mhm.
prior to 2016,
Yeah.
and I was posting my dogs in the groups, and the dogs I had at the time ain't had no paperwork,
Yeah.
none of that, but they looked good, and I started posting them, and boom, they started knocking me down, and
Yeah.
I started seeing how they was doing other people too. So I just, I started walking my dog, and I brought that bitch back like a couple months later. They like, "Oh, okay, motherfucker look better."
Yeah.
It's all about how you take it, really.
Yep.
It's all about how you feel about the reaction to the shit you put out.
Yeah.
Now, if you
Yep.
can't take it, you second guess that shit before you put it out there.
Yeah. Sometimes, if you can't handle the heat, then don't step in the kitchen to begin with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they just can't handle criticism or somebody telling them they breath stink or you know what I'm saying, or whatever the situation may be.
Right.
Sometimes you got to those type of people, sometimes they just have to stay out the way, you know?
But let me get to this, y'all. Because the hardest part I would say about the YouTube thing is somebody
Hmm.
saying something negative about the dog. You can say what you want to
Yeah.
about me, but man, you start talking about dogs, man, you better have some fire ass shit on your YouTube channel or your Instagram or something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's a niche. These are terms
Yeah.
that we're not using that people don't understand. This is a niche. There's a million other things going on YouTube. Like I watched this thing earlier today called Big Job. It's a channel called Big Job. And it's just like, like just like a dramatization of different shit, different situations. And our niche is extremely small. So we all run into the same people over and over again. But
Yeah.
if we ever, as a collective, make it somewhere where we're getting shows and getting these dogs seen in a better light, it's gonna come with more haters, bro. And they're gonna be people that have never owned an American Pit Bull Terrier. I've seen it. I don't even like telling people in person that I own American Pit Bull Terriers.
Yeah, we've had that conversation a couple of times.
Man, I've been walking my dogs in seclusion at night by myself for years and years and years. It's like we vampires, man. You did.
Yeah,
It's like me and my nigga. That's how it is. That's how I got to roll with my joints. So it's like we vampires. It's not like I'm doing nothing wrong. It's just that they still ain't ready. They still ain't ready, and I ain't trying to go through the bullshit. So I got the privilege to come out when I want to come out. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah. And man, I know because I walk mine at night. And now the sun comes up at 4:15 here in Arizona, bro. 4:15 in the morning. Bro, that's 0 through 41. By the time I send that message and hit a mile and a half, it's time to bring it on back to the house.
Man,
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find seclusion times in some areas, especially if you live in a congested city and stuff like that. But it's all about it's being the owner of these dogs is almost as complicated as it's complicated being the owner of these dogs. That's all I can say.
Man, what word let's talk about?
being a responsible owner of these dogs. Whew.
I'm gonna start looking for some more activities though, you know, with the community that I'm in, you know, with this next that I got, I might take a couple of them around to like a couple of nursing homes that I drop medicine off to, see if I can brighten somebody's day a little bit while they puppies, bring some puppies around, see if I can brighten some places up, like that. Just get my stuff out like that in the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, most definitely.
Yes, sir. Salute Dogman TV. And Mike Dan, I see you, bro. The dogs do get personal, man. Oh shoot, I got another thing I want to share with y'all too. Because a brother asked me this, and I want to answer it live. I'm gonna turn this portion of live into a short. So y'all bear with me real quick. All right. So the first one was well, there was three. There's three different occasions where somebody messaged me and they wanted to hear my thoughts on stuff. So I'm gonna share it with y'all live. Hopefully that person is out there. This is a comment from last Wednesday's live. The brother said, "Man, I enjoyed this one for real. Question: Are dogs your purpose/gift? And if so, how did you realize it?" All right. So first of all, dogs are not my purpose, and I'm not gifted with dogs. Dogs are my peace. Straight like that. Like when I'm pissed off at my wife, I come out there, I talk shit to the dogs, they're not gonna tell nobody. When shit goes sour, I go out there, play tug with the dogs, have them do something I like. I like when they show aggression. So I'll do that. The dogs give me peace so that I can think and interact with the people. The people are my passion. The people are my gift. And being able to care about people more than they care about themselves is the gift. So the second part of the question says, also, have you ever seen a battle cross pit bull to bull terrier or pit bull to Patterdale? And would you keep or add it to your program? Personally, I want to stay with just the American Pit Bull Terrier in my program. If somebody crossed one and wanted me to train it for them, and they were a legitimate dogman or neo dogman that knew how to handle a dog with that kind of prey drive, yeah, I would love to train one so I could get that under my belt. But nah, man, like as far as wanting that as part of my program, not personally. I just want to stay true to form. Because I'm already violating by doing protection work, so I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole. Another question that person has was, what are your thoughts on just keeping handwritten receipts and not registering a dog? I think handwritten receipts were amazing. The first pedigrees I ever saw were handwritten, and then they were sent off to BFKC for their print and their embossing of the BFKC logo. So it was exactly what I wanted it to. What I needed to learn from it, I learned from it. Also, I found out with them handwritten pedigrees, a lot of times the names change up real fast because an older dog man will tell you how it's bred one way, and then it might hit him a couple days later like, nah, that's not that dog. It was this dog instead. Let me fix that for you real quick. I kind of like that about it because at the end of the day, I didn't buy the dog simply for its pedigree. I bought it because I liked the dog, and the pedigree just added to that like of the dog. I hope this answers your question for that first question. And any of y'all brothers got anything to cook on that?
I like Patterdales. I wouldn't cross it, but I definitely got a sweet spot for Patterdales. I seen some furry Patterdales. They got some furry ones and the slick ones. I seen somebody at the airport. I think I was at LaGuardia Airport, and I was standing in front of it waiting on my people to come pick me up. And I seen, yeah, he pulled it out the crate, the chocolate one. I'm like, that's a Patterdale? He like, yeah. That motherfucker was sitting there looking like on point, like just waiting on anything with wings or goddamn it a tail or horns or something, goddamn it. Like the damn Patterdale was just on point the whole time. Like it wasn't looking at me, it wasn't looking at him. That motherfucker was just staring off into space, ready to go grab some. So I do like the Patterdales. I move across it.
Yeah, those Patterdales are on fire. I haven't I wouldn't do it myself personally, but I seen different crosses. I seen all types of crosses with the pit bull, basically like a pit bull, shit, get it, pit bull get crossed into a lot of different breeds around these parts. They get crossed into a whole lot of different stuff. It wouldn't surprise you these things that coming out with pit bull crosses and stuff like that. But with with the Patterdale, and what was the other dog, Dre, besides the Patterdale? It was something else, another dog.
Hey, Big Hill, you seen them crossing them pit bulls into the Malinois?
Yeah,
Nah, that's
Oh,
they
something I
call them
haven't
bull
seen,
herders.
but I haven't seen
oh
that
my
yet. But I have
God.
definitely heard about them, Jones. I definitely have heard about it. Them and the Greyhounds, I heard too.
Now the Patterdales mixed with I mean not the Patterdales, but the Bulldogs with the Malinois. I seen a regular one,
Uh
and then I think his offspring was the one they crossed. That motherfucker just looked like I was impressed. I was impressed.
huh. Uh huh. I like the pit bull. The pit bull, like I say, like people use the pit bull for all types of stuff, man. And it's just a temperament issue when you start doing things like that because it's already the temperament issue with the pit bull itself. So when you cross into other lines, it's to me. you got to really know what you're doing because the temperament issues and that type of thing, as far as dealing with the people and how that dog gonna act towards kids and people. So I don't go too far out of the I don't go out the circle of things like that because I got enough problems with just dealing with the regular pit bull stock instead of trying to cross to other stocks. That's a whole nother set of problems.
Man, tell me about it.
But I definitely am impressed with all the blends of a pit bull. It definitely makes a good dog no matter what you do with it. Like it turns another dog up, it turns other dogs up. Like, it's like super dog. Super dog.
All right, for sure. So, yeah, Big Hill. The other cross that you asked about was the bull terrier. The bull terrier, a working class bull terrier, not just a
Oh
little.
yeah, that nose joints, those
Yeah, the
bull terrier
claw head.
joints.
Yeah,
I like them. Like I like the Irish red joints, and I think they call it something. It start with a D, but I used to check them out all the time because over like overseas or whatever, they be hunting with them for real, and they be looking serious. I ain't gonna front them jokers be looking real serious. I like them old school bloodlines, the ones them like you say them working lines. I ain't even gonna front on them jokers. Them Irish Reds, it's a Dudley line, or I don't know. It start with a D. I can't remember the name right off the top, but they all right for sure.
It's
I
an
think.
Instagram page called It's an Instagram page called Working Dogs, like working underscore dogs, and they post all them crosses. They post them motherfuckers in action. That then with the prey down there dead with the dog bloodied up after he just caught the motherfucker. I'm talking about every cross, bro. It's on IG.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I think if you breeding for work and you breeding specifically for work, man, like cross whatever you want to. However, if you're breeding for preservation of the breed or alignment within that breed, you gotta be done careful with that, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to end up like Buddy. Rest in peace to dude. But you don't want to end up like dude out there in Cali.
Yeah, yeah.
With the,
Agreed, man. Agreed.
Yeah, whatever he was cooking in the kitchen, his whole kitchen turned on his ass.
And Wordless answered your question, man. He said it was called a Dublin Red, Big Hill.
Oh yes, sir. Them Dublin Reds is fire. Them Dublin Reds, man. I ain't fronting on them Dublin Reds, man. They almost had me
Then he said
ready to go in my
skyscraper,
pocket. Huh?
that skyscraper blood is nice too.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out later tonight. Skyscraper blood. I never heard of that, but I'm gonna have to check it out.
All right, y'all. Here's the next set of questions I got this week on Instagram. It says, hello, here are my concerns. What are the characteristics of a real pit bull? For me, I'm probably going to direct this person to the ADBA standard as far as like the look and the function of it, because I feel like this is kind of like one of those things I would have Googled first before I asked the question. So I'm assuming it's an educated question, right? Salute Veston's concepts as well. Salute. All right. The next question within the same question is, what should a pit bull's diet be based on? Okay, that's another one that is a very subjective
Stop.
question. Okay, there's another legend in the chat. Student for life, man. I want to say, bro, like, thank you for what you've been doing, and you, Dickie, all of y'all who come through here and y'all understand who I am and let it be me. I appreciate that, bro. I heard you speak recently, and it was very well articulated. You spoke well, bro. Salute. But I'm gonna get back to this, y'all, because this whatever talks about ear standing for. You know what's crazy? 46 pounds. I used to think ear cropping was so dope, and one of my old school dog man mentors was like, Why would you do that? Like, you know, and he gave me a whole earful of why you shouldn't crop the ears, man. So y'all drop that in the chat while I'm asking these questions about the ear cropping, yes or no, and ear standards. Because I believe that a full prick on the ear where it bends over but it has a nice prick to it is correct. The bad ear dogs, I don't personally want that in my program, but I know there are purebred bad ear dogs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like mine with a full prick. Like the dog in my picture has a nice full prick on the ear. All right, folded over, and then you have some with like longer ears, whatever. But anyways, back to this question because this person asked me, and I wanted to answer it with other dogmen present to keep me on track. Says, what sports do pit bulls excel at? Can a pit bull also track? What are the characteristics of a good male pit bull? At what age does a pit bull's physique explode or increase tenfold? For question 4, I mean, can a pit bull also be used as a detection dog, drugs and others? Question number 7, how to bring out your pit bull's muscles? Question number 8, is there a difference between a pit bull APBT and the American Staffordshire Terrier Amstaff? Man, this person has a lot of questions. I'll start off with,
Those are good questions.
Say again?
Those are good questions.
They are. So the first question to answer their concerns is, the question is, what are the characteristics of a real pit bull? Y'all brothers go ahead and cook on that, and I'll hop on the back end. Pause.
I would think some of the characteristics of a pit bull would be strength, loyalty, determination, athleticism, and drive.
I'm gonna just say a real strong characteristic is that motherfucker gonna love the hell out of you. I'm talking about follow you everywhere. That motherfucker ain't gonna leave your side. I'm talking about you got other breeds of dogs that they just be chilling. They don't bother nobody. You see old retired police dogs, shit like that. They ass ain't fuck with nobody. But that American Pit Bull Terrier, once you come home, that motherfucker should be twerking ass. So happy to see you. You understand me? That motherfucker should be. Hey, it should love the hell out you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I agree with Big Hill to the fullest extent, man. Everything pretty much that whole list.
Okay. So y'all, I'm gonna try to summarize this real quick because there's a lot of comments in the chat, and this is what I want to send to this person back as a direct message. The American Pit Bull Terrier should be fearless. It should have curiosity. Gameness first separates them from other breeds. Should be determined dog, willing to work and please its owner. The real American Pit Bull Terrier should show signs of animal aggression. These are that's exactly why I brought this in the chat, because those are all, everything my panel said was valid answers, but everything y'all said in the chat just added to and enhanced that question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All of it right. All of it's right.
Like I always say, man, I was taught that the American Pit Bull Terrier can do anything any other breed can do, plus
whip. Yeah.
And if that's not what you want, if you don't want something that is capable and confident, then it's probably not the breed for you. Student for Life said the American Pit Bull Terrier's greatest attributes are not seen by the naked eye. Facts. Crockett, I look for that pure athlete in a dog. Strip the color and see the dog for what it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Only thing a true one can't do is stop. Yes, sir. 46 pounds. All right. So now I think I got a good spectrum of information to give this individual person that messaged me on Instagram. Now I want to bring this one up to y'all. What should a pit bull's diet be based on? And it's kind of good that I got OGs in here and on the panel and in the chat, because I want to go first with this one since I kind of like brought it full circle the last one. So
Yes, sir.
for me, I started off not believing in raw feeding at all and only adding what I needed to the kibble. So my original thing was kibble, maybe some red blood cell, maybe a little bit of red meat, a little bit of egg, but mostly just kibble. And I used Diamond Performance, Diamond. What's the other one I used? I used High Performance in the summertime, and I used it was like a purple bag for puppy, and then I used Maintenance, the green bag, Maintenance. So that's what I used until recent years. All right. And then, oh man, y'all going in. Hey, Student Fly said, damn it, 46, that was the best answer I heard yet. Yes, sir. Mad Doctor said, game and strongest in intelligence. Yes. But for me now, okay, so then I went to, when I did my first ever keep, I did a raw diet with no kibble. And while it brought the dog down, I was listening to some brothers on YouTube, but I don't know who they were. But this is why, like, I think the YouTube thing is a beneficial tool. And they were saying that dog food is a supplement. It was never meant to be the dog's predominant diet. It's a supplement too, to add the things in that you may be missing, because I might have not had the right amount of magnesium or the right amount of iron in my diet. So the dog food is supposed to fill in those gaps from whatever diet you're feeding them. And that's what I truly believe now. So I'm on about a 50-50 blend for nutrition. I use my fish for omega-3s, fatty. I use my smoked oysters for manganese. I use bananas and apples for vitamin A, calcium, and potassium. I use red meat for the creatine and its high protein content. I use swine if I need to for a leaner than red meat protein, and I'll use chicken or animal byproduct, excuse me, poultry byproduct for the leanest stuff, that and fish. And my keep or my diet is based upon that, right? I think that every time I've tried something new for the dogs, I go and find what it does for the dog. So I can look for that as an example. When you add foods to your dog's food that are higher in iron, what am I looking for? I'm looking at the poop to see if the poop get dark or black. Okay, so now I got too much magnesium, too much iron in the poop. I need to bring it back. If the poop is runny, it's because I don't have enough fiber in there. I might need to add a little bit more kibble or add some more whole oats to the dog's food. You know, these are things that I use for my nutrients. But I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do nutrients, because everybody gets the performance they need from what their program does. So I'm going to shut up, y'all, because I had diarrhea in the mouth. And I'm going to keep that question over to my brothers.
Well, to me, the diet is very important, but it can be over exaggerated too. But what I mean by that is, like, a poor man can have healthy dogs. He don't have to buy the supernatural high priced dog food and have all this extravagant stuff. It's basically like once your puppy is used to a certain dog food and they start growing on it, their body adjusted to it. So it's cool. It could be whatever. And if you don't like it the way it looks or something, you could add different things. But like Dre said, like, now we're at the age where we could always research something before we give it to the dog. So whatever you hear, just go ahead and type it in and ask what's the nutritional value for a dog. And then you go from there. But one thing that I was always told when I was a youngin' was when you buy dog food, you look at the guaranteed analysis on the back of the bag. And like, for me, when you got a hard working dog, or when you somebody that's real active with your dogs, I was told to keep the fat content, like 30-20 was the ratio I was told to mess with. So I mess with 30-20. And you can find that on you find that on the guaranteed analysis on the back of your bags. So you try to buy dog food like that, but that's if you highly active with your dogs. If you not, it's not advised all of that and fat in your diet. So you might want to just do your research but it's all there for you on that bag that you buy. Any type of dog food brand that you buy is gonna have a guaranteed analysis on the back, and you look at it and you know go from there with your diet, And but with me, the meats I use, my diet usually is a chicken based diet, which means usually I'm definitely the meat that's used, but I do switch up with mackerel or any other fish like mackerel and deer meat. I use deer meat. I use deer meat as my game meat when if I'm working a dog or whatever. I still rotate those three meats in there. So that's just a little something I do. Salute. And I use like wheat noodles sometimes and brown rice, of course. You know, not both at the same time, but like if I ran out of rice, I'll use some wheat noodles or whatever. You know, salute. It's a lot of things, but salute.
For sure, man. Hey, I got to give a big shout out to Mr. Richard Garcia in the building, man. Salute, schoolboy. We appreciate you coming through. As always, I dropped the link, man, because we want to make sure we get the right information. Tonight, y'all, I had a bunch of questions on my social medias. I've been slacking on them lately, so I figured I'd let the real dog man, get in here and answer the questions. Also, Carolina Blue, I'm telling you right now, them dogs will get very little of my deer meat because I can't get that like I can get the products I get from the store. And that deer was good last night for those of y'all who were tracking. That deer was good as hell. I called Big Hill probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, my time, and talked to him. He said I ate about half the pot of it while I was on the phone. But and I talked to Supreme right there too. So salute to the real brothers, man. Salute.
Hey, you sure was fucking that shit up last night.
Yeah, man. Hey, hold on. Mike Dan is going in right now. Mike Dan said egg noodles are carbs, good for working dog, and the sweet potatoes. Big A, do you use pumpkin or sweet potatoes with your process?
Yeah, sweet potatoes, pumpkin puree, you know. But those are also natural dewormers too, or preventatives or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, man. Somebody said something in the chat a little while ago. I can't remember what they said. Oh, it was Carolina Blue. He asked me about how do I do the my apples and bananas. I don't give it to them whole, man. So anything, even my spinach, I'll take frozen spinach leaves, y'all. That's my iron and my vitamin. What vitamin is it? Vitamin. I forget what vitamin I forget what vitamin the green leafy shit gives them, but anyways, the spinach leaves I know they're high in iron. I put the spinach leaf, a half of a banana, a couple of apple slices. I buy them pre-cut because I'm lazy. A couple of apple slices in there, and also like a lot of stuff I buy I can use around the house too. Like my son likes apple slices too. So a couple of apple slices, 2 or 3 apple slices. I was told you're supposed to give them a half apple, but I'm not doing that. It's too expensive. And then Jello. I use Jello as an electrolyte, but also as a binder for that puree. And then I'll pour that over. Typically, it's 2 slices of salmon, tilapia, either a couple of leg quarters of chicken or some fatty chicken breast, a little bit of kibble, and then sometimes there'll be some beef liver or chicken hearts for some organ, right? But that's like a basic, like everyday feed within the keep. And then after about 2 weeks of pre-keep or working them into it, I start seeing what they're lacking and what they need. If they need energy, obviously I go with more of the antioxidants, maybe add more berries or more like you said, that flax seeds, Mike Dan, stuff like that to it. If they're looking too thin, then I'll lean more to the red meat, that creatine, that fatty stuff in there. I've never really done the avocado oil, but I think somebody mentioned that in the show a little while back for fatty stuff. I really got to bring that out, but like I said, my last keep was a wash. It was not a good keep, and I just say that to be completely transparent, man. You know, but yeah. Oh man,
Valuable knowledge, man. All good valuable knowledge.
Schoolboy in the building. What's good, Schoolboy?
Schoolboy.
He was in the
Damn,
building.
he did the Houdini on his comeback, Schoolboy.
Yeah, he was about to give us that. He was about to give us that G14 classified information, y'all. Come on back,
Uh-huh.
schoolboy, when you can. But yeah, he said, Mike Dan said, yeah, I break the food down. I don't just throw it in a bowl. Hell, I do more prepare the food. Yeah, facts. There he is. There's the legend. What's going on, legend?
Hey, how you doing? How's everybody in the chat? Salute to the panel in the
Hey,
chat.
Salute.
Yeah, I'm tech stupid. I pushed the wrong button.
Nah, man.
yes, sir.
Schoolboy, I'm glad to have you here because this person that messaged me on Instagram, um, they asked me some questions that I think who better to answer than Schoolboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the
Yeah,
one we're on right now is what should a pit bull's diet be based on? And I'm assuming this is like not non-keep, like uh, just your standard feeding, week to week and month to month for let's say an adult dog, an adult age dog.
yeah. Protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals, and however you go about it for a daily feed. I was listening or reading some of the answers. They're good. Even on what's the typical, the attributes of a pit bull. And it's just a matter of finding a well balanced diet. Somebody said about a 30-20 protein to fat ratio. That's good if your dogs are active. If they're less active, you don't need that high of a protein or fat. That's real close to what I use for a conditioned dog. About 28 to 30, 18 to 22 fat, 28 to 30 protein, 18 to 22 fat, maybe 5% carbs, and the rest is vitamins, minerals, and trace elements. It's
Schoolboy.
just like you mentioned, you're giving them stuff like what nutrition does this item provide? All that stuff you guys were talking about, people at different levels use different things, like you said, apples, bananas, potato, sweet potato, or yams, or anything that a dog can eat that's going to give them some nutritional benefit. You can add it. People use eggs. The one thing I advise against is giving them too much of anything, which that's where you need some kind of chart or know what the protein content per gram is per item. Like if you're giving them, put it this way, if you're giving them beef, chicken, eggs, like that, it could be too much protein. So if you want to use different sources of protein, then I would cut back on the amounts. And some people they feed raw. It's good. Whatever, the reason I'm saying all this stuff is because I get asked this all the time. What's the best feed? Just like what's the best conditioning? There ain't no best. There's not, because I know too many people, myself included, that fed and conditioned differently and had good results from it. So it's just a matter of getting down to a balanced diet. What's available to you, how you want to feed. If you want to use only kibble, you can. You want to use kibble mixed with cooked, or kibble mixed with raw, or all cooked, or all raw, or however you want to do it. Different proteins. Because through the years, when I screwed up, and other people have, when you troubleshoot what the problem is, if you don't have certain things to test, you're just going on how the dog behaves, what his piss looks like, what his poop looks like, and you start getting an idea of what caused it. So if you're overdoing the protein, their piss is going to stay dark. They're going to have runny stools. It may turn green. If it's and when you see the dog perform, he's going to run hot. Now, generally, all dogs run hot when they perform. They work through it and they get their second, third win. You got too much protein, too much iron, too much B12. They're going to run hot, but they're not going to recoup. They're going to stay blowed out. So that's one indicator of you gave too much. And what you can do with, if you're using different proteins, you can stagger them through the week. So 1 or 2 days a week you give beef, 1 or 2 days a week you give fish, 1 or 2 days a week you give chicken. Or if you're sticking to a certain protein, you give that to them all the time, daily. Like if you feed chicken, then feed chicken. If you feed beef, feed beef. But when you start mixing it up, then that's where you could have a problem, because it's not really noticeable unless you put the dog under stress. You can feed too much protein, it really don't hurt them because they're not doing nothing. And what they do is the extra protein, it's stored as fat in their body. The amino acids are released through their piss, but you're not putting any stress on them to see if they might have a problem. And so they look okay, they act okay, they're fine. When you hit them with that stress, now you see a problem.
Salute, schoolboy. El Capitano. Sometimes that protein, that too much of that protein, to start coming out in their pores, messing their skin up too, right?
Yeah. Too much protein, and along with too many minerals and vitamins, they'll start getting hot spots. So, for example, I had a partner back in the day for a while. We were feeding the same kibble, same supplements, and I kept my dogs active. He didn't. So his dog, even though we're feeding the same, their same blood and all that, his started developing hot spots. So what he did is he just got a lesser grade of kibble, same brand, but a lesser grade, not so high in protein and fat. Then his dogs were okay. Where mine, it never affected them, because we kept them more active, and that helps them burn all this stuff off. But if you don't do that, if they're lazy or you're lazy or whatever, nothing wrong with that, then the grade of feed or the amount, you just give them less of it.
Salute.
So I would suggest people look at the protein content of whatever protein it is you're feeding them. Chicken, fowl is generally the highest. Beef is lower than chicken. Fish is generally the lowest one. But fish is a cleaner protein, even though the protein content is less. Just like some people use fish oil because it's a better fat source. Me, I just use the fat source. If I fed chicken, that's the fat source I'm giving, because they're already used to it. So I really didn't have to change anything.
I use that coconut oil, and I use a little vinegar. I use a little vinegar too when they hog fat, and I'm trying to strip the fat down a little bit. I keep like a cap full of vinegar in there. But
yeah, apple cider vinegar is good for that.
Yes, sir. Also, what I was gonna ask you. Never mind, I forgot now. I'm fried, Capitano. Y'all go ahead.
I want to give a special shout out to Samurai 601 with a 10-piece. Tip. Hey. Foster with a 2-piece. Tip. Hey. And so, schoolboy, while I got you here, this person asked me 8 total questions, and I don't think they realized I was going to just give them to you to kind of help round them off. And you've told us this before, but I want to give this directly to this person for my Instagram. Because he asked it was genuine questions. They weren't like trolling, or they were very well thought out questions. So he asked, he said, what sports do the pit bulls excel at?
Fighting.
Yeah, true.
That's in the past. I was being facetious. Here's the thing with the dog. The reason it's so versatile, because it has an understanding of work and athleticism and of accomplishing tasks. So that's the reason you can have it do this or have it do that. Right now, the sports I would use them for, legal sports, is for catch dogs, coyote hunting, varmint hunting, weight pull, treadmill race, wall climb, lure course if you have a dog that behaves off lead, things like that. Something that where they're loose, that might not be optimal for them because they do have that high prey drive. They do have that confrontational attitude in their mind. But I've seen a ton of them where they're okay off lead and they take directions and commands from the handler. Whereas in a weight pull, they just make them sit or wait, and then they give them the signal to pull. Or in a wall climb, they have them sit and wait, and then they give them a direction to go, jump the wall. And that's a bad term. To jump up the wall, not jump the wall. You don't want them jumping the wall, but jump up the wall to grab the bait.
You'll never want
That's
to
why
jump
they're
the wall.
so. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, yeah. Somebody I'll say real quick. Beef is for building muscle. That's true. You want more bulk.
Yeah. It's
If you
also
want a leaner muscle than chicken or fish.
I forgot to throw out that I forgot to throw out that organ meat too, schoolboy, like beef hearts, livers, and gizzards.
Yeah. Some people I know just the protein source was strictly, not strictly, but it was beef heart and say mackerel or something, a fatty fish, mackerel, salmon, tuna, like that. Next question.
All right. It says, what are the characteristics of a good male pit bull?
Confidence, you could say that alpha mentality, dominance, kind of no fear, extroverted rather than introverted, smart, act like a male. Because one thing all mammals have in common is females have a particular behavior about them and males have a particular behavior about them too. Whether it's a orca or a dog or a horse, they share a lot of commonalities as far as their attitude, behavior, and temperament. So whatever you consider a male to be, that's what you're looking for in your male dogs.
Yes, sir. I would say this though, as far as I guess traits that I also look for, I like a male that is more interested in breeding to a female than fighting a female. A lot of females can get ornery as it is trying to breed. The last thing I want is a male that's going to try to eat her head off, when I'm trying to make a breed happen.
Right. And that's something that you can work through, teach them, and they'll be more apt to do it. And I've mentioned I use AI in mine because they would fight each other, right? But that's part of me being lazy. I didn't want to hassle with all that time it took to get them to breed, which you can do. And even the most aggressive females and males, by working with them, you can get them to breed.
Yes.
Just naturally, or you might need a breeding stand or whatever. But once they get that in their head to breed, most of them don't have a problem anymore.
All right, you ready for the next one? Or any of y'all want to add to that? Like Schoolboy, when you do them, you kind of answer them. I'm like, I don't want to follow Schoolboy up, but
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So let me move on to the next one. This is a good one for you because I don't have enough experience to have a real opinion on this. At what age do pit bulls' physiques explode and increase tenfold? Before I can give you the mic, Mr. Garcia, I want to say what I've seen is typically between 2.5 and 3 is when they kind of really start looking like an adult, filled out. Like they're not getting much taller, from my personal experience. But that's a very, very minuscule personal experience. But yeah, to ask that question again, at what age does their physique explode and increase?
You're right about that age, between 2 and 3 years old. At 3 years old, most dogs pit bulls, anything, is an adult. So that's where you would see the full maturity of them physically and mentally as well. Tenfold, if you say tenfold, then you're looking at an 8-week-old puppy compared to a 3-year-old dog. The increase is not that gradual from 1 year to 2 years or 1.5 to 3 or like that. They're at 1 year old, they're aiming towards being an adult. 2 years old, some mature earlier, so they're 2 years old, they're an adult, but by 3, definitely an adult. And what you put into them, that's what you get out of them. So if they have regular exercise, you teaching them whatever you're teaching them, which is why I advise people, whatever you have the dog for, teach it from an early age. If you get it at 8 weeks old, start then. You get it at 12 weeks old, start then. Whatever age you buy a pup, or if you're breeding your own dogs, as soon as they're weaned, that's when you should start working with them to get them to do whatever it is you want. That way, when they do become an adult, they already know what to do. They're already trained, or they've already learned what it is they're supposed to be doing when they're out doing their work or their sport, whatever it is. Which nowadays, you see that a lot more people doing that than they used to in the past. A lot of them didn't. Right? They didn't do anything with them. Rarely took them off the chain until they were 2 years old, until they panned out and they would hook them up and all that. Which I never did. I couldn't understand waiting that long. And then the dog never been on a treadmill, and he's 2 years old. Now you got to teach him how to work a treadmill, which is, you hear this a lot when people condition their dogs. I find out what the dog likes, and then I do that. I didn't do that. I taught my dogs my keep because I wanted them to work a certain way, and I never had a problem with it. So finding out what a dog likes, it's either because you didn't teach it anything as it was growing up, or you received it as a grown dog who nobody ever taught nothing to either. So now you have to go through that process of finding out what it'll do, what it likes, what works for you, and all that. Every dog's different. You hear that. That's true. But every keep ain't different. It doesn't have to be, I mean. If you condition your dogs a certain way, if you teach them from when they're young, they're going to do it, with few exceptions. If they don't, then you might have to find something else that they like to do. But the concept of conditioning is the same. You want speed, you want power, you want strength, you want whatever it is you're looking to get with the final product. You should teach them from when they're young. And I think a lot more people today are doing that than they used to do in the past. I'll give them that. You're on mute, Samurai. I think you're on mute.
Unless you talking like a Chinese movie or something.
Yeah, no, that's American Sign Language.
Hey, this red cup is a little bit stronger than regular sweet tea, if you know what I mean. But so Schoolboy, this question you've answered on multiple occasions, and I think this question is going to just keep coming up because I think what people want is, and the way I read these questions, this is somebody who's interested in getting into the breed. I don't think this is somebody who's been involved heavily with the breed for a long period of time, because most of the brothers are going to understand that these questions are for people who are trying to find where they fit into the whole grand scheme of things. So the brother asks, he says, as a follow-up to question 4, I meant, can a pit bull also do detection work, drugs, and other types of detection? Or
yeah,
you right? Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me address that first part, what you said. So some people, when they get on chats, or they even have their own channel, or they're interacting with other people, the questions come up. They seem repetitive, and some people don't like to keep answering the same question over and over. But I understand that not everybody watches that chat, or not everybody heard what I said before, even if it was last week. You have new people coming on. They don't get to watch every single thing that's on YouTube, everybody's channel. So I understand that things have to be repeated over and over. That's the first part. Second part is, even if you're covering the same topic, you're always going to add different things to it. You're going to be saying the same shit over and over, but you might put something in there that you hadn't said before, or add to what you had already said. So I don't mind it. Other people do that, you know, but you have to understand this, like someone said in the chat, this is worldwide. It's all over the place. So what you said last week may not have been heard by everybody that's online watching all these chats. Or it may be a person, a youngster or whatever that's just getting into the pit bulls, like you said, and they want some information. So I don't mind repeating myself over and over. Yeah, one example is my friend who had she heavily inbred, not heavily inbred, but a heavy bred Boudreaux female. She was the top drug and bomb sniffing dog in South America. She had all these awards and all these, never missed a lick, always found whatever she was sent in to find, and top in her class, top over males and other females and different breeds of dogs, better than Maos, better than whatever dogs they use for that purpose. So yeah, they can do that too.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mr. Garcia, while I got you here, I wanted to, from some of the donations that have come into the channel, I know that on your channel, typically you'll answer questions regardless, but I wanted, since you're answering these questions to help me out with a prospective person, I wanted to send you some of the cash apps that have come in tonight. So I don't know if it's acceptable to put your cash app in the chat or if you want to just message me on Facebook after the show, but I do want to say thank you for what you do.
You're welcome, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. My cash app is $schoolboy 2023. You can put it up.
Yes, sir.
And if you go to my channel, I'm sorry for interrupting, but if you go to my channel and you want me to cover a certain topic, if you donate to my cash app, I'll make sure and cover that topic. But contact me first, because if it's something I don't know, I won't cover it, and I don't want to keep your money. So, but I do that also.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say thank you, man, because you come through here all the time, just off of love, man. And people, I don't think people understand that it's there's a lot of dog men who fuck with me just because you be on here. I'm gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? And that's, that gives me a chance to kind of give them my perspective on the whole, you know, protection stuff that I do and everything like that. And a lot of people have changed their opinions based upon, you know, get guys like you and some of the older guys coming on here and just, you know, saying, hey, I don't agree with it, but if you're going to do it right. So yeah, I just want
there you go.
Thank you.
Believe me, there's more people that don't like what I used to do with them than don't like what you do with them now. There's tons of people. I'm a beast. I'm an animal. I'm cruel. So I have to accept that that's their opinion. Along those lines, if they want to have a conversation about it, I can at least explain what the breed's about, why it was developed, who used it besides myself, who was involved with it, and why the dog does what it does. It doesn't come from a cruelty side or a bloodlust side or anything like that. That's far from the truth. It's just the fact that most people can admire tenacity and heart and gameness and determination and toughness, even in their own lives. If you're involved in sport or you have a difficult task to do and you persevere and get through it, that's all the pit bull is doing, just in a different manner, in a different function.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you said that. So one of the larger channels that I found is starting to rock with us a little bit, and I don't want to say too much because we're working on some stuff, but Mr. Robert Cabral is under fire right now. He's on the dog, because you know I deal with the American Pit Bull Terrier and the dog trainer side of things. And one of the things they're doing to the dog trainers is the same thing they did to the game dog. They don't want us to use the e-collars. They don't want us using the prong collars. They think the dog should just run freely. And there's no working breed that I think should be not kept contained in some way. Not a single real working breed. So we did a petition to help out Australia because they're trying to ban working dogs and the use of working dogs for protection in Australia for herding dogs. You know, so each time they take one down, okay, they made animal fighting felonious. Well, now the stuff that I do, you know, the protection work is under fire, and once that's gone, there won't be any more real working dogs. They already attacked the greyhounds at the racetracks. You know, so it's one of those things where I do understand there's a right and a wrong, but there's also it'll never stop. They'll never stop at just getting one thing knocked off. They don't want to see us working at all.
Right.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, Mr. Garcia.
Yeah. Well, that comes from a perception from people that are not involved and don't understand and never were. They're looking at it from the outside, looking in. How they perceive it seems cruel or wrong or mean or whatever it is. That's their first mistake, because they're criticizing people, not thinking that, hey, if they put their shit out there, they might be criticized as well for what they do. I don't know what it is they do, but everybody's under fire when you put your stuff out in public. But like I said, it comes from the point of view of people that are ignorant. Even that word, you can't say that. You can't say stupid. Those words have meanings, and they're a reason for that people used to use them. Now it's like someone's always trying to tell you how to live. I don't want to tell anybody how to live. You live your life, you follow the laws. I don't care what you do. If you break the laws, someone will take care of it eventually. They'll find out what you're doing. So it's people's perception, just like that cruelty thing. Cruel to who? It's how it looks to us. That's what makes people say that's cruel. But it's not cruel to us. It's or be humane. Humane to who? The dog is the only one, or the animal is the only one that could give an opinion on that. Everything's cruel. Everything's inhumane. If you look at it from the perspective of your ignorance.
Capitano, I'm sorry. Dre, you wrong as shit for that. You put that close up on that man, made that man look like first 48. Hear that, you hear that joint on Suicide Watch. Supreme, you all right over there, man? You look like Slump City over there, bro. Hey, Dre just put you on the close up. He just close up. Yeah, I feel you. Whatever that is fire. It got you looking like, man, please save me.
It's hot. It's hot.
Hey, schoolboy, look at here. The heat. Oh my goodness.
Hey, listening to Schoolboy, I'm in heaven.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. See, we all scrutinize. Somebody's looking at us, not to get off topic, but people talk about, Big Brother watching, or they looking at your stuff, this and that. I've just always taken it for granted that whenever I came online from the beginning 10 years ago or whatever it was, everybody watching me. Cops are in my group. Humane Society is looking at my stuff. They're checking my WhatsApp. They're checking my Instagram. They're on my chats. They're on. Maybe they got some order to look at my personal shit. I accept that. I don't care one way or the other. As long as I keep it 100 and don't break any laws, I'm good. I've been visited before because somebody talked some shit about me and this kid that was online saying we were breeding dogs for fighting purposes. So I got a visit. I don't know who called who. I don't know who instigated. I don't know nothing. But they come and check. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't have dogs. I've said that. It's the truth. So I just accept that somebody's always watching me. We don't know everybody. We don't know their intentions. Somebody we may think a friend, maybe something happens or whatever. So whatever you say in public or whatever you say in these chats or on groups or whatever, speak like you're speaking to the world. because anybody can hear it, anybody can see it. Somebody's going to cut and paste what you said, or they're going to, whatever that thing is called where they share it and all this crap, you know, all your private shit.
Yeah. Salute that, schoolboy. Salute that.
Hey, so Schoolboy, I know you probably remember this better than I do. I was a kid when this was happening, but I'm reading a book right now. It's called Bits and Pieces by Karen Johnson. Y'all know her as Whoopi Goldberg, right? And so in the book, she's talking about how when she did her first big film was The Color Purple, and she bought her mother a fur coat. And apparently back in the early 90s, during the Clinton administration, there was a big animal rights movement with the fur. You know where I'm going with this, with the fur coats, and the
Right.
PETA people would run up on you and take red paint, and they would douse you with the red paint. And this, just logically speaking, if I can afford one fur coat and you destroy one, what you just did was you just boosted the industry, because now I'm going to buy another one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's the mindset of these people. Like, we don't care that you're another human being, and we can just talk to you about it and maybe give you a logical reason. We're going to just attack you, you know. And so that's kind of that mindset has never stopped. You know,
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not going around with paint anymore, hitting people with fur coats. But
Yeah.
you know, that was a thing.
Well, you throw paint on the wrong person, now you have a problem. And it's one thing to attack someone or attack an industry or attack a person or what it is they do. Those type of people never have a solution to the problem. They embellish the problem, they make the problem worse, but it's never a solution to it. If you don't like fur coats, don't wear them. Teach your kids not to wear them. Your grandkid, you'll have a whole generation of people that don't wear fur coat. But to try and stop people from doing what's their God-given or law-abiding right, you don't have a right to do that, because now you're scrutinized, and that's happened with PETA. I always save animals, we do this and that. Now people are finding, no, they kill more than anybody else. And they screw up industries, and they've taken jobs away from people. At some point, people get pissed off and they retaliate. So I don't know where they're at on the scale of if they're making more money than they used to, or if they're involved in a lot of different things that they used to, but you don't really hear about them in that way anymore. They did a HBO documentary on them years ago. They ain't made a second one. So maybe their message isn't keeping it 100 like they say they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Supreme said he's higher than pro plan performance prices. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna go inside and fill my cup back up. Y'all brothers go ahead and cook for just a second. I'll be right back.
Supreme looked like he on that high protein diet. He ran hot in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. As long as he keeps scratching, I guess it don't matter.
Oh yeah, he gonna keep scratching.
Yeah. A lot of the terms we use, they're used by other people and other things. They're used by boxing people. You see all these words going back. I've seen them at least going back to the 1930s, where people are using the same terms we use today.
Yeah.
About people, not just dogs, but about people. Same thing. He's game. He's dead game.
Yeah.
Right.
Corner man.
Yeah, your second, the ring, scratch line. Just people used to appreciate those traits. That's changed.
The fight game. The fight game always been the fight game, historically speaking. It's always been the fight game.
Yeah, and it's across the board. That's why you see some of these old boxers, champions, or even just regular boxers, they own pit bulls. Well, why? Because they can relate to them. They know what it's like. So they admire the breed for doing the same thing they did, and they're better at it.
Yeah.
It seemed like Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pit bull. Yep.
Yeah. Jack Johnson. Jack Dempsey.
That's right.
Ad Walgas. He was a Rastafarian. What was his name? He was a lightweight champion. Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Billy uh, Billy Collins was a contender in boxing. His dad was a pit dog man.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
permeated. It's permeated. There's an old picture. Ad Walgas was a lightweight champion back in the 1910s. There's a picture of him handling a dog in a pit. It was normal.
Should they say David Tex
It
sold Dr. J dog for his son?
could be. Could be. Even the guy who owned or who was a trainer, I forget if he was a trainer or he was part owner of Calumet, uh, the Calumet facilities where they produce thoroughbred racehorses. They got a record a mile long of champion thoroughbred racehorses. Howard Heinzel sold him a dog or sent him a dog for his son. So it's not like it was rare or only certain people had them. A lot of people had them.
Yeah, you're right about that. I remember when I was younger, I used to go around and I would just drive around and stuff. And sometimes I'll go to like a farm area or whatever. And I put it like this: a lot of farmers had them dogs too. A lot of farmers had them dogs. You'll
Yeah.
just see them. You'll see them, and I would inquire because I'll see them. I'll see them. I'll be like, that was like pit bulls. Like I got pit bulls over there, and I go over there and find out that they family had those dogs for years, and it's just family dogs they had for years because they farmers. You know.
Yeah, I was even watching the Food Channel and I recorded a little clip and it's a guy who owns a barbecue place and he took a bite of a rib or something and he said something like it'll make a bulldog break his collar. That's how good it is. Another one, an old movie in the 30s, they're on a ship and again they mentioned something about uh, this person or whatever it is a bulldog. That's where they get the term from. That's why they use it because they're tough and tenacious and durable like that.
Yes, sir.
So even Don Mayfield, he put up a list. I've talked about it before. He put up a list about all these people that were involved at a dogfight convention. It had sports figures, had authors, entertainment people, actors, judges, had gamblers, all big old list. One of them was Nellie Bly, who was a famed author back in the day. She did a thing where, and this was before it was even thought of, but she went into an insane asylum as a crazy person, you know, uh, like she wasn't crazy, but she went in to see how they're treated. So she wrote a big old thing about a big old article how they're mistreated in insane asylums, and it helped change some of the laws and some of the way they treated these people with mental problems. She ain't no dog person, but she went to dog fights. She appreciated the breed, and she's famous. In her day, she was famous. She's like any famous writer or author that you could name today. Same thing. She was known all over the world, wrote books, all that stuff. So it's not just regular people that are involved in it. It's people of every class that was involved with the pit bull, and today probably still is.
Facts. He said Michael Jackson was in the 90s. Many dog in the past were from a family. Hey, so Crockett said many dog men of the past were from a family of dog men. Um, my question would be to the panel in the chat: can you be considered a dog man if you're not predominantly concerned with the American Pit Bull Terrier? What makes you a dog man in that regard?
What makes you a dog man? Period. Not just say it again.
Like, is it just are dog men just for the American Pit Bull Terrier, or is that a more broad term?
Oh no, to me, it's a broader term. The dog man, to me, just my opinion, the dog man is somebody who loves the breed, whatever breed he has, and he's concerned about the well-being of that breed, and he's what you call a care, a caretaker of that breed, and he's trying to move that breed further, whether it's for his own enjoyment or for the public. Uh, to me, a dog man has to first be concerned with the health of the animals first, the health and well being of the animals, and you're on your way to becoming a dog man. To me,
That's a good analogy. And yeah, it's a broad term. Other people that have other breeds use it. The only thing I would add is you got to do something with them. You have them for a reason, a purpose, whatever that purpose is. And you could be the type of person that gets them for hunting, whatever it is, and not a breeder, or you could be a breeder. It's not just meant for breeding for the breeder. It's for all aspects of the breed, whatever breed you're using. But that was a good analogy. The thing is, and I said it in one of my videos a couple of days ago, why do you have them? What do you have them for? What are you doing with them? Why do you want one in the first place? That would be the first question I would ask someone that wanted to get a pit bull. Why? Or any dog. Because all dogs, like I said, were bred for a purpose, even the lap dogs. Lap dogs were invented for ladies to keep in their lap, to hold them, to keep men from confronting them or accosting them in public. Because most people afraid of dogs anyway. They don't even like little yapping dogs that are hollering at them. They ain't gonna get close.
Yeah.
So in some cases, it's better than a weapon, and it gives a signal that something's going up. The dog starts yapping. Back in the day, the cops used to patrol on foot, so they hear some dog yapping. The cop's gonna go over there and see what's going on. Well, this guy's trying to attack this lady.
Hey, I think the funny things that dogs do, we don't realize it because you might not tell people about it. I'll give you an example. So I had some goat wire going up around the yard back in Carolina because that was my secondary thing. If they got off the chain, was the goat wire to keep them in a certain area of the yard, right? And I had this male. He was super alpha, and he decided one day he was gonna piss on the wire. Well, hey yo, hey look, he's lucky his stream didn't stay consistent going onto the wire, but when it
Yeah.
his back leg started kicking, it was kicking and shaking. Because I tried a cattle wire producer, and it didn't work as good. But you need for the dogs, you wanted something for animals with hollow hair follicles. So I got a goat charger for it, and it's a little bit more potent. It's a little bit stronger for animals like goats,
Right.
The hollow hair follicles. But
Yeah.
the noise he made and the yelp he made when he pissed on that goat wire, man.
Yeah, that's funny. I even advise people if you have a acreage or whatever it is to do that around your yard because it keeps critters out.
Yeah.
It'll keep even if like for chickens or something. That's the best deterrent for critters is to put that wire up. It'll keep coyotes out. It'll keep raccoons out.
Yes, sir. One thing
Dre,
you
check
didn't
on
tell me.
Supreme. Check on Supreme, please.
Yeah, Supreme.
Talk about check out Supreme. You funny as hell. Over there watching the chat. I appreciate the concern.
Hey, man, all love, man. Hey, but the thing was, Schoolboy. One thing you didn't tell me about. I thought we had more animals like birds of prey in the Carolinas, but there's a couple falcons and hawks that live right in my neighborhood. I watched one kill a bird right in front of me in the yard yesterday.
Yeah, they're all over. Well, as we spread out, and I don't want to say it in a bad way, encroaching on their land, you're going to see more of them. That's why you see coyotes coming into town or bears coming into town, or you see more hawks, more falcons. They're all over the place. And you can even get traps for owls and hawks and stuff where they catch them live, and then you can take them somewhere else and release them there.
So
Yeah. Was there any more questions?
yeah, there are. This person asked me a lot of questions. Like I appreciate them for it. So question 7 was how to bring out your pit bull's muscles.
Yeah, same thing. Start when they're little. Start exercising little by little. Don't put no hard work on them. I didn't put any stress really on my dogs till after they were a year old, and I didn't condition them till they were 2 years old or better. But that has to do with the diet, has to do with the exercise, has to do with their immune system and their living quarters. Some dogs are very muscly looking. Some are just plain looking, and you'll see that in boxers too. Their body really don't look, but they're hard as hell, and they can fight, and they don't have a lot of definition. So it's more of what you're putting into them to bring that out of them. But most pit bulls have good definition, and it's just a matter of what you're doing with them to develop it along the way. If you go too far, you're going to hurt them. You're going to have torn tendons, pulled muscles. They'll be gimped up, might even break something. So you start real slow when they're young. You could take an 8-week-old pup, put it on a treadmill for 30 seconds just to get them to learn how to use the treadmill. Then as they progress, you do it for a minute. You do it for up to 5 minutes, whatever the dog will take. And you don't have to do it every day. You could do it once or twice a week to start out. And you do that with every pup you have. And then you build up from there. People sometimes have a tendency to overdo it. You have to understand on their off days, when they're not working, that's when the muscle is built up. It's not during the work days. It's on the rest days, which is where you'll see progress. So you go through the rest day, the day after the rest day, when you take them out and work them, you might see a little more definition. It's just the way the physiology of the body that works. Some people work their dog. I've seen them work them every day. That's not good. They need time to recoup. You're tearing the muscles even ever so slightly even. So they need to bounce back into place. They need to recoup from that stress.
Yes, sir. And then the final question they asked Schoolboy was, is there a difference between the pit bull, American Pit Bull Terrier, and the American Staffordshire Amstaff?
Yeah, there's a difference. They have commonality in their ancestry. Just for the most part, the pit bull continued with the competition aspect, and a lot of staffs didn't. They returned more into show dogs. So the difference is one, you're keeping the traditional aspect of it, the other you ain't. So they're going to lose, the one that ain't, they're going to lose some of those traits. That doesn't mean that you're not going to remove hundreds, if not thousands of years of fighting instinct from a breed. Even if you stop using it for that purpose, that's still in there. It's still going to come out. It's just going to be less and less and less. Most staffs come from the expert, the ruffian, which is the Black Tudor's Blackjack and Blackjack Junior blood. That's why they look the way they do, because most of them come from those bloodlines, and that's what those dogs look like in the past. And when you breed them for looks and color and structure, but not function, they all going to look the same, but they're not going to perform the same. In fact, some dog guys they wanted to add mouth to their blood or bone structure or something like that. They'd add staff blood to it.
Do you think that adding that, although it added bone density and maybe more some stability or size, Do you think they took away from drive, gameness, or determination?
Well, you're gonna have one or the other. You're looking to get certain aspects from that mix or that cross, if you want to call it. So you may increase bone structure, you may increase mouth, you may increase some structure, some muscle, maybe heavier muscle. But you could also lose some of the instincts. You could lose some of the prey drive, or you could lose some of the fighting aspects of it. You could lose some air because a lot of them, they have more of a rounded chest rather than a deep chest. So they can't breathe as well as most regular pit bulls. When you make a cross like that, you're looking to get those attributes, like I said. After that point, you go back to the pit bull. You're not going to go back to the staff side because then you'll decrease over time. You'll decrease the attributes of the pit bull. So you put it in there, you might have a 50-50 cross. You take the resultant puff from that litter, go back to the pit bull. Now you only have 25% staff. You keep doing that, then you have 12.5%. But you can keep the traits that you got from the staff in your dogs by using the ones that retain it. So you don't have to keep going back to the staff. You can do it every once in a while, or you can do it once or whatever. If you keep the traits in those dogs, use the ones that have them, then you don't lose it. And then you don't have the other negative stuff being dominant because you've called out those ones that have those negative traits.
Salute that schoolboy. Also, I would like to add, in my opinion, like if you do make that type of cross, you don't necessarily have to be. What I want to say is basically you could find yourself a working line of those dogs, those I guess Staffordshire's or whatever. You want to find something. It's something out there they got hunting and stuff like that. They still got some prey drive and some stuff like that. So you want to look for those kind of ones if you're gonna do that. So it'll kind of help you not lose a lot of the prey drive and all that type of stuff. So don't just go choose any staff or whatever. Try to look for something that's still working. Always try to look for something still working if you're dealing with working lines yourself. And that way you'll minimize your losses on prey drive and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what in my opinion. Salute.
Exactly. Good point. That's almost should be standard of doing it that way. Yeah, don't just go to any staff. Some kind of working, functioning, performing, whatever it is, kind of staff. For exactly the reasons you said.
All right. So that ended all my questions I had tonight, fellas. We're right at this 2-hour mark too. I'm gonna shut it down because Supreme already know what I'm about to do when we get off of here. Pause. That's kind of weird. No diddy.
No daddy.
Yeah, man, Schoolboy, I wanted to say, man, like I love your new intro. I love the direction you're going with your channel, man. It's inspiring. Supreme, I want to say thank you for coming on the panel. Thank you for being consistent on the panels. Thank you for being a voice of reason, brother. Salute to you. Big A, Big Hill, I appreciate y'all brothers as always, man. Y'all brothers go ahead and give y'all parting rounds. Obviously, there's a lot of shows, a lot of lives. Make sure y'all plug them and make sure y'all. Schoolboy, you got a lot of things to share. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of things to share.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna back out and give y'all the floor.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do it without my daughter. Everybody knows that. I talk about her a lot, school baby. And she's the one who puts all that stuff together, adds music. There's some glitches. She had a real nice one up, but they wouldn't monetize it for some reason. And she was using the music that YouTube provided for you to do that. So I don't know what the glitch was, but she'll figure it out. She does all that. She posts up certain aspects of the breed, like famous pit bulls from the past by School Baby, famous breeders, or ROM dogs like that. So she's involved. She helps me a lot. Anybody want to get a hold of me for any of my merch, or if you want me to cover a topic just contact me on Facebook Messenger or my email, richardjschoolboy60@gmail.com, or on Instagram. I got shirts, sticks, books. I'm writing another book on breeding right now. That'll be my next book. It'll be out sometime this year. I hope. I'm about 3/4 of the way done. And I got a lot of people already asking me about it. So I need to get it done. But thanks for everybody's support. And anytime you need me, I'll be here. And if I have time, I'll sure watch it. One thing I always say, I'll at least press the damn like button, at least give you that kind of support. I do that with a lot of different people. Fraternity's been good. I get good positive feedback. And a lot of these guys have a lot of good things to say. So listen to them too. They got their own knowledge.
Schoolboy, what's your prices like on your break sticks?
$25. That includes shipping within the United States.
Okay, and the reason
they're made out of they're made out of Osage orange wood. It's a hardwood. They give woods ratings. So most sticks using wood, they use either maple, hickory, or oak. Those woods have about a 15 to 1600 rating on them. The Osage orange is about 2500 rating. So they're pretty durable.
You get a schoolboy stamp on them?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Supreme, you own it. So Schoolboy, the thing is, okay, so I got to give it to Cold Mountain Bulldogs, Brother CMB. They were mentioning that for the digital dog show, some people don't even care about the money. They want things like that, things that have sentimental value behind it. And so why not buy from you and other OG dogmen in the game? But what we do want, even me, because I already got my Schoolboy t-shirt, if it ain't got y'all signature on it, it doesn't have the same meaning to me. You know what I mean? I want to maybe a video. They got this thing that the NFL players do. It's called not celebrities. It's called a cameo, and you can pay them like $200, and they'll give you a personalized message, or
okay.
So is there any way we can get some cameos from y'all legends, man? You and Mr. Floyd and other people like that, man. That would mean the world to some of us, man. To know that not only do we have it, but we have it from that person.
However that it's done, I'm not sure how that's done. One of my shirts have my signature on it.
That's one.
And then I actually asked Ronald Boyles for his signature. Told him, I'm going to make a t-shirt someday, and then I'll add his signature to the t-shirt. And that thing you're talking about, and if you're having a show, you want donation or whatever, I'll do that too. I always try and help people out.
Well, I want to what's called aggregate our funds for the community. So if I'm throwing a show and people are paying into it, they're already paying into the show anyways. So I'd rather put the money back into the community by giving it to you, who's giving. Basically, the information you give helps people win the shows. So it just comes full circle.
Right. Well, see, I've done this too. We could do this too. Let's say you want to raffle off or whatever one of my sticks. So you pay for a stick, right? I'll sign it, send it to you. It says Schoolboy on it, and then I'll send you another stick. So I'll send you 2 sticks. One, the one you paid for, and one would be my donation to help the show.
Hey man, thank you, man.
That's big,
like that.
Man, thank you.
And I might throw one of my keeps in there or something. I've always been that way, I think it's important.
No. Because we said so Big A and I don't want to do that. Big A and I are gonna buy 2 of the keeps, and we were gonna do those in a show to one of our members at the end of the year. So we want to keep that kind of more secret this year, and then next year give the keep away. But for us, for the Shogun Army, that's what we wanted to do was for Christmas time. It's a nice time of year. You come through, you're a member all year. You get a free, I think that would be big for the members to set them apart from the non-members.
There you go. Yeah, I'll be willing to do that. We talk about a lot of the negatives within the community. That's true, and there's a lot of good people. I'll just give one example. This guy was going to throw a dog show. So I told him I'd donate stuff. He said, no, I'll buy it from you. I said, okay, no, thank you. I appreciate it. So he paid for a bunch of stuff, books, t-shirts, all this stuff. And just because he bought so many without telling him, I threw extra stuff in there, right? Just to help him out. So I sent him the stuff. It just so happened that the show didn't come off. So for me, okay, that's a wash. Maybe he'll do a show later, whatever. He sent me all that stuff back. And he told me he was going to send it back. I said, no, keep it. You might do no. He said, no, Richard, I want you to have it, sell it, make, whatever. That's the kind of people that are sometimes involved with the breed. They're that way, man.
Yeah.
He was honest. I've had people that I donated to shows and they didn't have a show and they kept my stuff. That's okay. Don't matter. So there's all kinds involved, and you want to try and connect with people that are like-minded. They're doing this for the breed. That's why I do this. If I can make some money doing it, that's great. But I've done it for so long without making money. It don't matter to me in that respect. It's just that I love doing this, and I'll help people and give my opinion. It's never ending. There's too much. I don't know everything, which is a good thing. Somebody else might know something, and they help in the chat.
Yeah.
Or whatever. They give me topics. They come up with good stuff. I'm doing I did a little series on preparing females for breeding and whelping and then raising pups. I'm doing another one on breeding. Hunter Man's helping me with it. So when you're connected with good people, you're inspired and you have support. And I love it, man.
Hey, it's crazy, schoolboy. I just got 2 text messages to ask the same question I just asked you. I'll mention back about the breaking sticks. So people are interested, and even
Cool.
Brother Melee said he'll be hitting you up tonight as well.
Yeah. I even did real quick. I did some breaking sticks with other people's names on it. I got Tudor, I got Carver, I got Boudreaux, I got Boyles, right? And not to brag or nothing, but most people, they don't want those. They want mine with my name on it,
Yeah.
So it's just reflective of the support that I get.
I'll tell you what, and this is something that I think that the other old school dogmen, I'd say you and Floyd have the most pictures and interactions that I've seen consistently. Like you and Floyd come as you are. Y'all are really, really accepting, and I think that I don't hold anything against the other dogmen. Fat Bill is like that too. Rastaman is like that too. Don't get it twisted. Don't ever let me overshadow them. But consistently, those of y'all who do come out and actually let people get to know you, it means a lot, man. Because I just feel like some of these guys, man, they got things going on. I don't know their life. I can't speak on their life. But thank you for the ones of y'all that do it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Well, it's you can't have a lot of ego when you do stuff like this, because you're going to get attacked. And even if you're a good person or you're nice like me, they still going to attack you. That you just have to accept that. That's part of the game. It ain't a race who's better and who knows more and all that. It's a community. And you're going to have your little arguments, or you're going to have your little disagreements or whatever. And if you can hash it out, good. If you can't, then let it go. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the way I move in life. Because I have certain goals. I got family to take care of. I got stuff I want to do. So my focus is on that. Understanding that there's going to be some negative shit that comes along with it. That's in anything. And that's why I mentioned earlier that the attributes that the pit bull has, a lot of people use it in their daily life.
Yes.
Whether you a student, whether you in the military, whether you an engineer, or you a marathon runner, whatever it is, those attributes are respected and admired especially by the people that are involved in that. Can you imagine if Einstein just gave up his theory of relativity because he couldn't figure it out for 10 freaking years? We wouldn't have that information. So it takes perseverance. It takes heart to do all that. And we get that, our example is from the pit bull or whatever animal you're using.
Yeah.
Hey, schoolboy, let me say this real quick too, Big A. I don't mean to cut you off because I thought.
It's all good. All good.
So look, y'all, because my brother messaged in the chat and said, post your cash up against schoolboy. so they can send the breaking statements. I want to talk to y'all about business transactions in general, because this is something I deal with too. So with business transactions, y'all, it's always more polite to message the person first and establish the details prior to payment. For me, there's a lot of guys who I'll check my cash app and I'll have money from them, and I don't even know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with the money. So contact me, reach out to Schoolboy, set aside exactly what it is you want, and be very, very clear for that one.
Right. Yeah. Whenever money's sent, yeah, please send me what it is it's for, or and what it is you want. I had a guy do that the other day. My keep sells for $60, which includes shipping inside the United States like that. He sent me $90, and I had to track him down, and finally I got a hold of him just going through Instagram and Messenger, email, and all that stuff. And I said, call me. I gave him my number. He called me. I said, well, thanks for that. I know you wanted to keep, but what's the extra money for? He said, no, just for what you do. It's a donation. Thank you. I understand that, because sometimes I do that. If somebody keeps buying stuff from me over and over, I'll just send them something. Send them something extra, just to show my appreciation. And I'm kind of like that guy. I don't have to tell them. I'll just send it. They enjoy it, So that kind of, it was reciprocated, is what I'm saying. He did the same thing that I've done for people, and there's other people that do that too. If you send me a T-shirt, some people say, I'm going to wear it on a video, and I'm going to wear it more than once. And I'll give you props in a video just for sending it to me. Maybe the guy sells them, maybe it's private or whatever it is. But I'm going to acknowledge it because I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And I want to give a special shout out to Cold Mountain Bulldogs, man. He's one of the ones that I look to for mentorship as well. He doesn't even know it. He's just doing. He's kind of like you, Schoolboy. He don't do the mess. He just mind his business, man, and talk real shit all the time, man. Salute to you, brother. I'm glad you decided to speak in the chat. Cold Mountain Bulldogs.
Salute. Much respect.
Crockett said, Cole, you getting rain. Hey, because that West Virginia rain was crazy a couple months ago, man. I hope y'all brothers are doing well. But I'm going to shut up again, y'all. As far as the business side, Schoolboy, I did want to say that, though, about make sure they contact you like you were saying before. Make sure that when you send the money, make sure it's going, that the product is available. I'm going to pass the mic back to y'all brothers so we can shut it on down.
Yes, sir, man. It's been another epic Wednesday. Yes, sir. You know what it is, man. It's Big A, man. See y'all next Wednesday. For sure.
Salute.
Salute, Bulldog community.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Salute, Big Hill fan. Salute, Bulldog community. I see y'all when I see y'all. Stay royal.
Hey, man, this Supreme. Hey, remember, man, if y'all get into it with somebody on here, man, and it's on here, it belongs to the internet. It's no longer you and that person's quarrel, and it's no longer in y'all hands, man. So learn learn how to, not get into it with each other, man. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Brother Supreme.
Word.
All right, y'all. So y'all know, before we shut it down, I'll be in the back chat tonight for about 10 to 15 minutes after the show. So if any of y'all wanted to come through and just say hello or whatever, I'll post a link real quick in the chat for those of y'all who would like to. Obviously, positive tidings. I don't do, I'm not here to argue with anybody, anything crazy like that. Let me see if I can pull it. It might. Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me? I'm trying. Okay. Because I'm in another window right now, so I'm using my iPad tonight, guys, instead of my computer. So bear with me. But I wanted to post this link to the back chat for anybody who wanted to get in here. Obviously, if you don't have a wrench, make sure somebody with a wrench vouches for you, or you'll be booted out of there. But I want to give y'all a Christian watchword. Every week, I try to leave with a Christian watchword, and then for the love of the game, for the love of the dogs, I like to leave that just as a thing to keep you going through the week, because we're at hump day, right? So if y'all will bear with me, for those of y'all who are so inclined, close your eyes, bow your heads. We'll do the Christian watchword. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen. For the love
Amen.
of the dogs,
Amen.
love of the game.
For the love
Yes,
of the
sir.
Love of
game.
the game.
All right, y'all. Let me
Yes,
go ahead and play
sir.
this intro, and we'll be in the back for maybe 10, 15 minutes tonight, y'all, to talk and just fellowship. But yeah, let me get that intro going for y'all. Outro actually, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
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 Please forgive. Too many mind.
Too many mind?
Mind the school. Mind the people.
Let him go, Andre.
Mind the enemy.